Yes, we are turning into a new era, not only because of the growth of the EV market, AI, 5G, or 3D IC, but also because of the blockchain. Blockchain has become a really hot issue recently, which is one of the growth momentum of semiconductor industry. But how can we ensure information security and at the same time determine the scaling of chip production? Now let's welcome the co-founder and the CEO of Chain Reaction, Alon Webman.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you, Mike, for a great speech. There's a lot of subject that we will cover together. I would like to talk today about engineering semiconductor for the future of privacy. In today's world, it's all about data and data processing, where data, the amount of data increases exponentially. Having data is not enough. It's all about what you do with it. That's what really matters. For data to be valuable, it has to be processed in real time. Just like it's not relevant if you get the news of last week. Same goes to data. And by the way, there is a good example of real-time processing, which is the AI that is translate my speech. I will ask you after that if you did a good job. And let's talk about data processing. Big data processing is a set of techniques to access large data scale and extract useful information for decision making. Big data is often characterized by the three big V: large volume of data, wide variety of data types, and the velocity of where we generated data, collect it, and process it. The goal is obtaining real-time actionable insight that are driving core competitive advantage and a better decision-making in organizations. This allows them to win opportunities, to be the best, and to be the first to market. It's all about time to value and time to market. Hi, everyone. I'm Alon Webman, CEO and co-founder of Chain Reaction. Chain Reaction is a semiconductor company that accelerates data in real time in data centers and cloud. And we design high speed, high performance, low power compute product for the next generation of privacy tech. And I would like to talk for the next few minutes about private data, what it is, what are the challenges, and what is the next technology leap that is required in order to overcome all of those issues. And why private data is so important? Because our privacy makes a difference for us. We want a medical record to be private. We want a financial transaction and our shopping habits to be private. As an individual, we want to control our data. Businesses rely on privacy for the competitive advantage, from oil and gas application to manufacturing, to automobile, to cell phone design. Private data is the 21st century most valuable resource. Government rely on privacy for everything, from science, from exploration, research, from everything about the privacy. And securing the data today is not enough, because we need to think about the future, when the quantum era will be here, and quantum machine will be able to get to anywhere and break to everything, almost everything. But I want to focus about today. To be competitive, Businesses must lead product innovation, deliver value and time to value and performance to their customer. Why? Because they want to be the first. They want to be better than the competition. They want to be the first to market. But they must continuously modernize in operation their services and the compute infrastructure from system and workload to support it all. Otherwise, they will fail. However, not all of the business can afford to build a specialized on-premise advanced data centers. What we learned from COVID-19 is the economics of lease versus buy. Businesses still need accessibility and availability on the best compute, unlimited resources, and the most advanced technology. And this is what we find in the cloud. And this is why businesses are migrating to the cloud all the time. And as businesses are moving their operation to the cloud, it became a $500 billion industry. As more legacy data centers are moving their workload, the industry is growing 22% CAGR year to year. However, there are three problems currently facing the future modernized compute of the cloud. And I would like to talk about them in the next few minutes. The first one is the cloud is untrusted. We know how to secure our data and to protect it on premise, but when we migrate it into the cloud, it is not secured. And why is that? Because while we're doing the computation and the data processing, we need to bring the data, we need to decrypt it, do the processing, computation, services, encrypt it, and store it. While the data has been on the data processing and computation, our private data is plain text, visible and accessible to be stolen by malicious users. And this is this side of the slide, the left side. I will talk about the right side in the next few minutes. The second problem is energy cost that rises. We are in the middle of a global energy crisis. But regardless, as you can see from the table, from 2015 to 2021, data center energy demands doubled or maybe quadrupled. And for example, a mid-sized data center for financial or governmental that used to cost $40 million a year, now the prices have doubled. And it's not going to get better. The huge OPEX and huge CAPEX are the fuel that trends the migration to the cloud. There's data centers that have energy cost higher than entire countries. But what we need to remember that for cloud services to be good, they still have to be cost effective. And that brings me to the next problem, the need for speed. As compute becomes more complicated and involve more data, the acceleration requires increase dramatically. CPUs and GPUs can only maybe achieve 200x acceleration. If I'll take a regular generic CPU that can do simple operation like subtraction, addition, multiplication, division, and take it as a 1x acceleration as a base slide, if we go to CPU and GPU, we can do more complicated calculation like linear regression. If in a system level, when you have optimized software and storage, memory, and networking, they can do AI, they can do deep learning, they can do machine learning. But if you go to the extreme complex compute that is required for privacy-enhanced technology, from zero-knowledge proof, fully homomorphic encryption, and cryptography, that is required to enable to do operation on top of encrypted data, this is not suffice. What we need is a really novel technology. And now that I talked about the problem, I would like to talk about the solution and break it down one by one. For securing the cloud, what's required is first, trusted environment that keep the data private and secure all the time. The 1 million time acceleration is required for real-time compute. Energy efficient solution, this is the only one that be able to be deployed in the cloud at scale. And we in Chain Reaction want to do it all. We want to revolutionize the access to private data for the biggest global industry. Help the seller sell more by enabling big data analytics, AI, machine learning, deep learning, and of course, privacy-enhanced securities. And this is the holy grail of the cloud. Once the cloud is secure, the most valuable industries and enterprise can move to the cloud. Big pharma, medical, financial institution, and government, all of them want to transform the big data into knowledge, value, and insight, as you can see here. And this is where the Holy Grail is. Transforming an untrusted environment to a trusted environment. This is the next disruptive technologies of the future and the cloud. And everyone wants to be first. Intel, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Meta. Privacy in the cloud means that this $500 billion industry can reach 2 to 3 trillion by more and more applications moving into the cloud. And now I want to go back to this slide and talk about the solution and how it's going to look in the future of cloud and privacy. We have secured endpoints. They can encrypt the data. They move the data into the cloud. The data is encrypted and therefore secure. Now, with the private enhanced technologies, you can compute, you can do data processing and services on top of the encrypted data. The result is still secured. You move the result into the trusted zone, decrypt it, and here, this is the solution, and this is how the future of cloud and privacy will look. So now that we know how the future will look, and we know what the hurdles to get there, what we need is a specified solution to accelerate privacy-enhanced technologies. With a dedicated hardware, Chain Reaction private processor can reach more than 10,000x the performance of a regular server, and with optimized software, more than 100,000 times. And by that, enabling customers to move their businesses and private data into the cloud, and by that, solving the cloud industry biggest bottleneck. And I want to talk about the last piece of the puzzle. As a CEO, my job is to look at market problem and to find and design solution that doesn't exist. But we can't do it alone. Neither can Intel, NVIDIA, AMD, Qualcomm. We can envision the needs of the future people and businesses, and we can design the products, but without partnering with the best-in-class semiconductor players of the market, our dream cannot become reality. And here in Taiwan, this is where our supply chain, our manufacturing, our fabrication, and our system design. This is the art of the state-of-the-art fab processes with the knowledge of high-volume manufacturing, with the general availability in mind, with the expertise for low power and high performance product. We rely on our partners' expertise. And it's also personal for me to be here, to convey my gratitude, to be able to collaborate and partner with a country and an industry that's been heading the semiconductor industry for decades. We can't do it without you. TSMC, the #1 fab in the world, the best OSAT companies like ASC, the best ODM, OEM, and contract manufacturer like Gigabyte and Quanta. You are helping us making the impossible possible. You are helping us be the best, and we are changing the world together. And I'm honored and privileged to be invited to speak in this distinguished event. Thank you, Minister Hu, for hosting me so graciously. We are excited to collaborate with Taiwan's biggest industry leader and to disrupt privacy and many other industries in the future. I want to say that the support that Taiwan extended on us, on Israel, and Chain Reaction specifically, is so meaningful and profound. Our success is only possible thanks to you. Thank you, and thank you everyone for your time this afternoon.
Thank you, Mr. Alon Webman, for your wonderful keynote speech. Thank you. And please kindly return to your seats. Thank you.